Hey guys, FilthyRobot here, back with Arumba, continuing our EU4 campaign of dominating England, except losing all of our ships.
Yeah. Well, it's the English Navy, right? So it
Yeah,
happens.
yeah. Make them feel good about
Let's just see.
themselves.
Real quick, check Kildare and Ulster. They're both still on Tech 3. We have a tech advantage over every one we're fighting. It's very useful.
Good. Let's go
Okay.
wipe out this 10 stack.
All right, let's see. We got a diplomat doing nothing right now. Without anything to do, I'll probably default to going now again, reversing decision here and improving relations with. Oh, never mind. We're at war with the Papal State. We can't make the Papal State like us. Okay, how about
Counter spy?
sure. We could do that. We could fabricate on Denmark so we can get more claims on Norway.
Yeah, fabricate on Denmark. That's more interesting. You're not a big fan of this counter spy. You told me about it. You like introduced it. You like swung it in my face. You're like, you should counter spy. And then every time I try to counter spy, you're like, no, it's bad.
It's just that it's so low on the priority list. There's so many things that I would rather do, and I want to like that feature. It's a new feature that they added. I still don't like the fact that it's on an individual targeted country system. If it could just be like, I want you to counter espionage anyone who spies here, I would probably do it more often. But if you have 3 different nations all spying on you at once, and you've got to commit 3 diplomats to counter spy on each one, then that's silly.
It's a lot.
I don't like it. So anyway, we've got
So have you've committed only 9K to go killing the 10K army, and you're okay with that?
Oh, we're not actually moving up yet.
Okay.
We're waiting for some occupations so we can get the full number of troops.
That's what I wanted. Okay.
Plus, because he's sieging down a forest, we want to let him just take that province for now. It is the war goal, so that's unfortunate, but we want to get him out of that province.
Gotcha.
And we'll fight him in. Now he's going for some marsh. That's still unfortunate for us.
Yeah. So we're waiting really for him to get to Yorkshire.
We're just waiting for a favorable engagement.
Yeah,
if we
which
can't,
is either of the other 2 ones, Lancashire or Yorkshire, right?
Yep. And if we can't get it, we'll end up going and fighting him anyway. A -1 penalty is not a big deal.
Okay.
Not really.
So we're only at 10%. So what do we need for our current war score to end this? 100?
No, it depends on the actual peace deal we do. It's been 100 for us before because we full occupied the enemy nations. In this case, it's just not as much of a binary thing. It's going to be, we're going to take some percentage of war score. When we feel like we're done and we can't get much more out of it, that's going to be when we peace out.
Okay. Can I ask a quick question? So when I mouse over the current war score and I go to the right, there's something called your current ticking war score is -0.4. You can gain 25.4 more war score by achieving the war goal. What does this mean?
That was controlling the actual target of the war, Cumbria. Remember how they just took back the war goal?
Yeah.
We had more war score a moment ago because we had the war goal.
Oh, but this is a war score, not a percentage. So this is 25 more. Oh, I see. Okay.
No. So we're gonna clearly go take that back.
Yeah.
But until we do, he's actually accruing 0.4 extra war score every single month that this war continues, and he has control of the war goal.
Okay.
All right, this is interesting. They're actually splitting their army up. I like that.
Okay.
Nope, never mind. Now he's changed his mind.
Do we keep? I mean, so I'm gonna just change screens here. It's not Q, it's W. Because he's allied with them, I guess that counts as his territory, and he's going to be the defender when we go in there, right? Is he always going to be the defender in there, or are we going to be the defender? If it was if you hit W, and you see the where the yellow and red, right? That's basically their territory that we occupy, right?
Yeah.
If Cumbria was yellow and red as well, and we moved into it while he was sieging it, would that count as him being the defender or us being the defender because it's our territory?
Okay, I think I know where your confusion's coming from. It's very simple. I'm going to tell you how it is 90% of the time, and then I'll tell you the only circumstance where it's not that way.
Okay.
The province that starts in the army that starts in the province will be the defender.
Okay. But you're telling me something different earlier, and it had to do with forts.
And it's only in one circumstance, and that's where if you own or control the fort, then you get the defensive bonuses.
Got it.
So
I'm on top of it now.
Yeah, there's no fort in Cumbria, so it's just whoever's there first.
I see you snuck in there when he wasn't looking. Now he's coming back towards us. Nice.
Yeah, he's being an idiot right now. He's going to suicide his entire army.
Great.
Because not only are they
he's doing it one at a time too.
Yeah, they're not even marching in lockstep. So there's 4 days that we just get to beat up on this little army, and they've taken a -2 penalty in
why am I not able to see the rolls? Damn it! I must have selected something different. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, we just crushed them on the first roll too.
Yeah, we're killing them 5-1 right now.
Wait. No, we didn't. Never mind. We're at the bottom. Okay, we crushed it on the second roll.
No. For some reason, England think that it's wiser to take their 1 infantry from Ireland down into France. So that's fun. All right. This is an opportunity where we're probably going to go for a stack wipe. Now notice how, in that case, we actually stack wiped them again anyway. So they just didn't have enough morale, or, you know, early game, the armies are just so strong. We actually did get the kill.
Nice. It's very nice, actually. All right, so you're leaving one guy there to occupy this. And where are you going with the 10K? You're going for Ulster?
Yeah, I wanted to see if we can actually cross this strait right now, stack wipe that English army, and then maybe get control of our provinces back.
Okay.
If we
So the only thing is right now we're not sieging London.
True, but we also want to finish the core of Sligo, which can't happen.
Okay.
While it's occupied. So I'm hoping that we can actually cross this strait, which looks like he's going to let us.
Okay.
Got our free instant overrun wipe, and that's the only reason we sent all these men.
Okay. Why the hell did he let us cross the strait then?
No, because he's a dummy. He's not very smart. There's a level 2 fort over here in Pale. Let's go ahead and spread out a little bit. We'll take.
We can't overrun a fort, right?
No.
Okay.
Well, you can assault if you get a wall breach, but that's not going to happen.
Okay.
And we're going to go ahead and shift consolidate in this case to get the 1 stacks. We want them to be at full 1,000 troops so they can actually commit their sieges.
Okay.
And then we're going to block the other provinces. We don't need to necessarily siege them, but we want to block them from being able to train anything.
The troops are pretty mobile. Like, they move pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. All right. That looks good to me. Once we get our control of our provinces back, we'll actually commit a few more troops and go for the level 1 forts of Ulster and Kildare. We're not going to go for the level 2 fort in Pale, because it's going to take 6 troops, which is just a little bit too much. He is still trying to land troops in Kent. Wow. What a crazy bastard. He's got quite a large army, in fact, that he's trying to land in Kent right now.
11.5k army one?
Yeah, I am surprised to see that.
All right. Well, I'd say we give up our claims on Ireland for now and bring back stuff back to deal with that. If we can stack wipe that other set of troops off England, he's basically out of troops, right? So what was ledger again? It was L, and then how do I get to the actual military score?
L F3. We'll take you to the military tab.
Okay, and I can look at sorted by country, and then England for E, and infantry, cav. Yeah, so that's basically it. Total is 13k. If we can wipe that, he's basically out of troops, right? That's 11.5 of his total 13k.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if he does that, he can't reinforce because we have all of his fucking territory, so he can't build shit there, right?
Yep.
So what the hell is he gonna do? Why would we not kill that?
No, we're definitely gonna. I'm pulling back as much as we can. We're
All
gonna leave two infantry back here because we want to block. We want to block at least a couple of these provinces from training any more units. Because the 1 province miners, we just stack wiped them. They're gonna try to train more men. As soon as we get troops off of those provinces, they will start to retrain.
Okay.
England can't really do it, probably because he's broke. But we're gonna do the same thing we did before. We're gonna retreat back to marches. And notice that even though he's got, it only shows 11.5k.
Yeah.
You actually hover over it, it's showing 18 regiments. So there's 18 units directly.
Okay.
But there's only 11,500 actual men.
Does that matter in any way? Because I saw we were doing that earlier too. That was the consolidate versus consolidate and leave some.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it does matter because he's pretty likely to consolidate before the battle, but he might not. So we might have to fight an 18 unit front row, in which case we would want to have 18 infantry plus cavalry on the flanks. Or he might consolidate down to just a 12 stack, in which case we only need 12 infantry plus our cavalry.
That's interesting. So what is the downside of having a wider front to be girthier there, but to have less units in each of those? So is it they're gonna die faster, and when it dies, does it collapse inwards? So is like their front row, let's say they had one guy in each front row, is every time you kill that one guy, does it get their front get closer in so they're less wide when that happens? How does that work?
It depends on which regiment actually takes the damage. You can easily route the center. If you have weakened troops in the center and 3 days later reinforcements show up but they're at full strength, they'll deploy on the flanks on the sides, and you'll have a weakened center. The only situation where you'd really want to stay wide is if you have too many cannons and you don't want the cannons to go into the front row. Okay. 9 times out of 10 though, you're going to want to actually consolidate to have the strongest fighting forces as possible in the center of your army.
And flanking did what again? I don't recall what it actually does. So when we have units attacking from the flanks, they can't be counterattacked. Is that right?
Yeah, they're engaging a unit that's not engaging them, so
Okay.
they're just getting free attacks in,
Okay.
and they're usually very powerful attacks because cavalry are quite strong.
Okay.
So we're trying to put together at least 12 infantry is what I was trying to get. So we got 1, 2, 3. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, 12 infantry plus the cavalry. That's why we're leaving behind 2 infantry over there just to blockade and stop people from training stuff. Notice that little man in pale? It pays to pay attention. He's got a Latin medieval infantry fielding on the 13th of January. If we can get an army there before the 13th of January, we can just block him from doing that. So let's move our infantry over there and just kind of say, nope,
Okay.
not allowed.
The little man being the guy with the hammer you're talking about?
Yep. Now
Okay.
we just blocked it. Now again, notice there's a little guy with a hammer in Kildare.
Yeah.
He'll field an infantry on March
Does it
the 9th.
reset his thing in Pale, or does it go back to 0, or does it continue progress where it was?
Nope, it completely blocked it. You're not allowed to train troops in enemy
Okay.
territory.
So you can't just wander back and forth and use one guy to hold two territories if you want to micro.
Yep.
Okay.
And looking at it, there was Ulster's capital, Kildare's capital, and the province of Pale, which is why I wanted 2 troops instead of just 1. I figured 2 troops would be better at. We have
Holding
one
those.
guy that's going to take back our 3 provinces and one guy that's going to block units from being trained.
Okay.
Is the plan there. Unfortunately, what are you doing? Are you seriously? God damn it! He's such a dummy. He's going back into the water again,
Yeah.
which is just he's just dicking
And to
us
be
around
clear,
a
this
little
is
bit.
the beta with your advanced AI, right?
Well, it's the building AI. I didn't
No,
make
I
the
see.
actual AI any smarter.
I was just
I
hoping to
made
blame
them-
you for silly AI decisions.
So that's so weird. Okay, so he takes his army back out onto the boats in Doggerbank, and then he docks his navy in London.
That's where the rum is. It's on the boats. We pillaged everything in this area. Every once a month, they got to get back out there, man. I'm sure the
That
English
is-
Navy runs on rum.
That is too much. Okay, so in March, within the next month or so, we got to block both Ulster and Kildare from training a troop.
I'm glad you're doing that.
Yeah. For now, let's go get Leinster back. We have time. I think, yeah, we do. Notice how all of that area just got
Flip
reverted.
back, yeah. That's the fort stuff.
Yep.
What? I don't get that progress on all of my screens. Then what screen do I have to be on to get that progress? So I've
Depends.
been-
I think you can see it on W. I think you can see it on Q.
Yeah, I've
You
been
can see
watching
it
on W. Was I just totally missing it?
You probably weren't zoomed in close enough. You can only see it if you're zoomed in within a reasonable amount.
Okay. Anyways,
All right, I'm gonna go block that real quick, and then we're gonna go back.
yeah,
Just
pop up.
block Kildare. Okay, go ahead.
There should be a stable government.
Aw.
Several of the leading members of the government are deeply worried about the changes proposed and how the realm should be ruled. They demand a stop to such outrageous reforms based on our tried and proved traditions, naturally avoiding mentioning how the changes would impact their own power base. We have accepted the demands, lose 50 administrative power, ignore them, lose 10 prestige, and threaten to expose their secrets unless they back down, lose 5 prestige. My guess is you value 50 administrative power less than 10 prestige. Or
No.
5. No.
Oh, no. I value 50 prestige way more than 50 admin way more than prestige.
Okay.
We want to stack prestige because it's really good, but prestige is nothing compared to monarch points. Monarch points actually let you do stuff, tech, coring. They
I
let
see.
you do things. Prestige is just a nice number to have.
All right, then I'm going to take the unique one available to our ruler that makes us only lose 5 prestige instead of 10.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Okay. What did we do that pissed the nobility off so much, by the way?
We took something from them at some
Say
point.
again? Sorry, you cut out.
Oh, we're getting some weird. Let's hope there's no fucking connectivity issues today. We lost something. We took something from them, right? It was one of the demands. We got something out of it. Might have been a general, maybe, or. the hell
No,
was it?
that makes it better. It looks like we demanded military support. We did do that, but
Yeah.
I don't remember getting all the way down to negative 27. Oh well. Looks like we might take out a loan here. We're losing a ducat a month, and we only have 1.6 in the bank, so seems
Yeah.
pretty likely. All right, we're heading over to Oxfordshire in preparation for engaging in Lincolnshire, Essex, or London, whichever one he moves to after he goes out of Norfolk.
Okay.
Also, let's check and make sure that these guys aren't fielding units. 18th of April. Yeah, we've got time to take back.
Can we
No
kill
problem.
their general? By the way, I think I may have asked this, but I've forgotten.
No, but that's a feature I have oftentimes wanted. It would be amazing if you could try to assassinate generals.
I didn't mean with spies because I've asked that question before. I actually meant when we're in battle with them, their general has a chance to die, right? And he's just survived the last time. This is the same general I seen, the 2-star general here, or was this a different general?
No, they could die. Yeah, he could die.
So did the last one where we stack wiped them and they had a general? Did that general die?
No, it doesn't. The stack wipe doesn't actually kill a general himself.
Okay, that's
So
what I want.
I don't like this. He hasn't consolidated his men, and he's still got all of them there. So he's got 18 in the front row, 18 total regiments, and he's reinforcing relatively quickly. We're down to 15 in the front row versus his 18. So if we were to engage him right now, we would actually get flanked, and he's reinforcing very quickly. So, to me, we have a couple choices here. We could either try to rally our infantry over and give up control and allow these guys to train more units over here, or we could take out a lone, which we're going to end up doing probably anyway, and hire a couple mercs to temporarily be able to have enough combat width to guarantee a quick victory, and then get rid of them as soon as we're done with that.
All right, I don't know the downside of loans, so that's not something I can make. I mean, you're probably just saying the options to let me know anyways. But my thought would be, if we kill this stack of infantry, like, this war is over.
Yeah.
I would.
Yep.
My thought would be, let's invest as much as we need to make that happen.
Mm-hmm. To guarantee it, I would actually want to have 6 merc infantry, which is a ton, but we would wreck him. There's just no way he could win. So to do that, that's like 80 ducats worth of hiring cost, and then however long it takes us to actually.
Only we hadn't supported those fucking rebels.
Yeah, that's fair. He's landing some troops in Lincolnshire on March the 12th. We can be there on March the 8th. Let's do that real quick. That sounds like a great idea.
Kills. Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna say we need to just take out some loans. I want to beat the English. Here's the thing. I'm thinking long term. If we beat the English and we wreck them like really hard, this is gonna be like the most difficult hurdle in the entire campaign. Once we've beaten England, then we're England. We're the superpower on the islands. You know.
Hmm.
So we're gonna take out 2 loans manually, and we're gonna hire some.
How did you do that? I don't know how to take out a loan.
F14, the economy tab. Loans will be taken out automatically if your treasury is ever negative at the end of a month, but there's a little button with a guy like holding out his hand and taking gold into it.
Yeah.
So we get out loans, 58 ducats. It's based on your development. You'll notice that it's exactly, or like just about half of the development, 111 divided by 2, and then there's a multiplier on there based on the amount of production you get from technology. So in this case, it doesn't matter. The loan is big. It's good. We need it.
Okay.
So we need he's got 18 troops. We need 6 merc infantry right now.
All right. And okay, yes, I was going to say. Okay. All right.
Yep. Train over there, and we will march to Lincolnshire to engage this stack. Oh, he's actually looking to come and fight us. He'll be there in the 9th. We'll be there in the 8th. We'll be the defender behind a river. He has less maneuver than we do. Okay, that's fine. We'll take this fight.
Okay. So we might not even need these mercs. Do we? I guess right now, if we cancel these now, are they under their percentage or no? What is it, 10%?
We'll get in this case, if we were to cancel the mercs right now, we would get 50% of the money back.
Okay. So.
Well, we're gonna want to probably train them just to. Well, we'll go. Well, I don't know.
If we win this is why we needed the mercs, was to win this fight. But he's given us the fight on the defensive train anyways. So let's. All right, I want to click on this army. I wish it was less noisy, but. So he is slightly wider than us.
Yep.
He's a little girthier.
So we're getting flanked. That's why we were training the extra mercs. So he's rolled much better in the first phase, but in the beginning of the game, fire's not as important as shock. So.
Okay.
It's not horrible, but if we get another bad roll, we could be in a bad position.
Oh, we just gotta pop up. Trust your neighbor.
Ah, nice. We just rolled a 9.
Okay. Should I put off this event? It doesn't matter. There's only one option. I guess I'll stipulate. I just get +1 stability. Just trust your neighbor. I'm just gonna click that then. Okay.
It's a good one to click.
Yeah.
April.
So his morale is not doing so great there.
Okay, let's check. He's still on Tech 3. We just rolled really well. We rolled a 9 in the shock phase. He's wider than we are, so we're not really taking advantage of the ability for our cavalry to flank, but that's a very good roll, especially because we have the morale and the tech advantage. And
right.
And also, you'll notice that the penalty he's experiencing went up from -1 to -2 because those troops landed from the sea tile. So because we had better maneuver, he took a river crossing. But then troops joined the fight from the sea, which increased the penalty to -2.
To his whole army?
Yeah, the entire army suffering a -2
Wow.
crossing.
Okay, that's pretty useless. So his reinforcement actually hurt him more than it helped him in all likelihood, because it was only like a 1k stack, right?
Yeah, in this case it was really bad. Now if it had been like another 20k troops, probably would have been worthwhile. But Yeah, I still feel like we should keep the Mercs going. Let's say 3 more days, and then we can consider.
But
Let's just see
remember,
what
unfortunately, it's that time.
Gotta wait and see. All right.
It's gonna be a wait and see moment on the end of this this fight, as ridiculously cliffhangers we can do, right?
Yeah. Well, we gotta try occasionally, right?
That's right.
So, all right, we'll be back same time, same place tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you soon.
See you guys soon. I'm really looking forward to seeing if we win. This is going to be the deciding factor of the war, right? Whether or not we beat England or not, it's going to come down, not entirely, but this is an important battle. So
Yeah,
I'm excited.
And the best part would be that if we do win, then not only did we win the war, but we also were the one that killed the English army.
And we will have
the coattails of the French.
And we'll be the uncontested girthiest army on the island, which is pretty great too. All right, see you next time.